So if you have this idea, you need to ask yourself some questions on whether this idea is worth turning into a pitch. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what drew you to this story? Why do you want to tell this story? What makes it important to you? Identify that. Then you need to identify, why should people care about this idea? What will make this idea appealing to the general public? And when I say general public, is ideas will have certain audiences that they're going to appeal to. If you're making a documentary about Tom Hanks, probably most people are going to be interested in it. But if you're making a doc about a very specific unit in World War II who did something, your audience is narrowed there. It's a little bit narrower than just a general one on Tom Hanks. Okay? So why should that audience care about this idea? And there's one real key thing I want you to remember, and you have to remind yourself this over and over again. You are not making this documentary for yourself. You're making it for an audience. If you make a documentary for yourself, you run the risk of putting blinders on and not sharing relevant information. You already know it. It's already part of you. And producers experience this all the time. Oh, I forgot to put that in because we knew it. And then it kind of was an oversight in putting it in a documentary. But if you're constantly thinking about the audience and what they care about, you won't forget it. So the next thing is, how do you express that interest about why people care? It's really important to identify why people should listen. How do you express that in a succinct, accessible, and appealing way? How are you going to tell it? How do you have the idea come across? If it's too difficult, too convoluted, too detailed, you've got to have to find a way to express that idea. And then lastly, you have to ask yourself, does the story have legs? And what I mean by legs is, can it hold the audience's attention?